You know, like everybody in here, we have stories, but I did grow up in Prince George's County. I attended school here since the 3rd grade. I've never left. Some of you heard I worked in other places, but I lived here that whole time. I graduated from Bladensburg High School. I have one brother and one sister. I'm the only one that graduated from high school. My mom was a file clerk, single mom, who worked for the U.S. Senate. And I tried going to community college, couldn't afford it. I learned, how difficult it was to work full-time and to try to go to school full-time. So I quit and joined the Navy. And I did some active duty time and some active reserve duty time and got the GI Bill and returned to the community college once I got on the day shift at Bethesda Naval Hospital. I got out of the Navy, and the next week I started at the University of Maryland College Park. I know there's a lot of Howard people and other folks around, but I'm a proud Terp, and I'm hoping that we can handle. I'm hoping we can handle Minnesota tonight. We didn't do so well last Saturday, but I say that to say, I'm the first one in my family to go to college. And I worked hard to get there, first in the Navy to get the GI Bill, and then worked full-time while I did my master's and full-time while I did my PhD, no small effort. So when I first started, I had trouble working full-time and going to school full-time. I learned later it's just a way of life. It's what you learn to do is to work hard. Again, a lot of you in this area know that I returned home because I value this community. I think it's a wonderful community. I raised my kids here, and my wife retired with 36 years of teaching in the Prince George's County Public Schools. I am proud that 3 of my 4 children are educators. I'm about to have my 5th grandchild in September. I hope that all 5 of them will be educators. We'll see. But, we need people to believe in that ability to rise, in that ability to improve yourself. I returned here when the opportunity came, and I refer to it as an opportunity because I certainly didn't have to return home to do this. But being vested in this community, I saw the turnover in this school district, and when I returned, I was the 8th person in 14 years. That can't advance any organization. It can't advance yours. It can't advance ours. And I'm going to fix that, by the way. If everything goes according to the plan, I'm counting the years. I have 1 more year on this first 4-year contract, and hopefully we'll have a 4th one in place a year from now. A second 4-year term, I should say. Running a large organization is not an easy thing, and many of you in this room know that, especially one, again, that's had challenges and turnover. But we're committed to the hard work to make the long-range difference, not just the short-term things. You have read about our district over the last couple of weeks for all of the wrong reasons. But you may have missed in some of that period of time, that same period of time, you may have missed an announcement about graduation rates in our district. And in 2 years, I'm in my 3rd year, so we have numbers from the first 2 years. In our first year, together as an executive team, and with the hard work of our principals, some of whom we have here and others, we rose 2.47% in graduation rate overall in the district. And in this past year, which was just announced last Friday, we rose 2.16% for a total of 4.63% in only 2 years. We are so large, thank you. We are so large that when our rates go up, the entire state's rate goes up, and therefore we chase ourselves in some degree. But that's important because the high school diploma is a real key. It's a real important thing. Other things in the news just in this last week, we had Angela Malone, teacher at Oxon Hill Middle School, right down the street from here. Received a check yesterday from the Milken Foundation for Excellence in Teaching, $25,000 as a Milken Award winner, the only one in the state of Maryland, only one of 40 in the United States. People are paying attention. Some other things, just in the last year, we graduated our first, last June, we graduated our first class of the Academy of Health Sciences, a partnership with businesses and higher ed, a middle college program. Almost 100% of the kids graduated from high school that morning, and that evening, I think 98 out of 100 graduated with their associate's degree at the community college without their parents paying much in the way of tuition, some fees, I believe. That's a unique opportunity that not many children get, but it's the kind of work we're trying to accomplish in Prince George's County and that we need your help to do. We cut the ribbon on the dreams of some people for a number of years now, but we opened a finance park with junior achievement in the business community this past fall, the first one in Maryland. I hear rumors that Montgomery County wants to follow our lead. I'm glad they're learning to follow. But venture philanthropy and the work, when I came back, it was, I do want to, just if I could just for just a minute to go back to graduation rates for a minute. Those of you that, again, are in this region, you understand the inside the Beltway, outside the Beltway, those kind of conversations. But I just want to highlight that Fairmont Heights, their graduation rate went up 13.4% last year. Inside the Beltway, right outside of D.C., 13.4%. Potomac High School, right down the street from here, 13.19%. Suitland, 6.91%. Our 2.16 came from some of our toughest schools with the hardest lift, the hardest work, because in collaboration with programs like venture philanthropy, like Youth Career Connect, like Youth Career, I don't know, there's too many of them, the Department of Labor grant, and the work with VPP, Hillside, businesses, it's all giving kids an opportunity. Kids graduate at higher rates when they're connected to something important, meaningful, some vision or dream for where they are able to go, what they can possibly do. And if we don't offer that to them, it isn't just, look, test scores are really important. Math and reading are really important. They're really, really fundamental. Kids need to see a reason why they're important. We know why they're important. Everybody in this room knows why they're important. We have to help our children. We have to help our students understand that we're not just teaching that to bore you to death today. We're teaching it to you for a reason, right? You need those skills to be able to work. But there are a lot of kids in our system that, they don't have experiences in their life that really show the value of that, and we need to help lead that for a better community, for a long-range improvement of the community plan. I came back to roll up my sleeves and to do some really hard work with my eyes wide open and understanding what it took. I have been thrilled to have, the support and partnership of Rashawn Baker, the county government, the Economic Development Corporation, businesses like yours, venture philanthropy, and the hard work they do with these kids. Their graduation rate went up higher than the county's, but it helps to lift our school district. Every single one of those kids that graduates that wouldn't have graduated at a higher rate helps our district. It's programs like this that will help lead us forward in the work, and we need your commitment and we need your help to do that. I've been so impressed. I'll tell when I first got here, you may imagine that being one of the largest districts in the country, which I assume you all know we are, it's a little bit, busy, and there's a lot of demands on your time. And when these folks called my office about, board meetings and, all these things with a regular, basis, I'm like, I don't know if I can commit to that. And let me just say, I've never turned down a meeting. I've never turned down an appointment with anybody that wants to come in and talk, because it only took me one conversation with them to really understand the importance of the work that they're doing and the value that they bring to it. It's made me rethink a whole lot about the way we run the school system. For example, I have an advisory board of business people, but I am in the process right now of trying to retool that to better align it with these career academies, because we need help getting kids internships. We need help getting kids the summer opportunities to really understand, the job and what it takes to be in the job, and to help get that cycle of learning skills, jobs, learning skills, jobs. So, I appreciate you being here. I can't tell you how much, because by ourselves and alone, none of us can do it. You can't find the best employees possible by yourself. You need schools, wherever they are, to produce those kids. We can do a better job of that if we're having a better, more frequent, deep conversation about what that takes and what it looks like. I can teach my kids in an academy about finances or health sciences, but if my kids don't have an opportunity, and I should stop saying my kids, they're our kids. Everybody in this room, these are our kids, right? But if they don't have that opportunity to really translate that classroom work into real life job experiences that helps get them that leg up, that foot up, that opportunity to move forward, then there's not a whole lot of point in some of the work, right? These career academies, teaching kids about the up-and-coming jobs, IT. By the way, we have an IT student at Fairmont Heights High School that will graduate this spring that has been accepted to MIT. We have a student board member. Thank you. We have a student board member this year, Ava Perry, who's been accepted to Wharton. We have some outstanding children. And we have a whole lot of other children right there on the cusp, but they need all of us. Thank you.